Happy Saturday. You are watching the Connect Network TV on the CW Austin. Today, I'm here with two of my favorite Connect hosts out of Miami, Sandy Glant and Stitches. Hello, ladies.
Hey. As we slide into February, ladies, we are excited to honor and celebrate Black History Month. Black History Month is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time for truly recognizing their our central role in U.S. history.
That's right. So like Stitch says, we will be celebrating all month long. And kicking off next are your steamy hot topics. Or should I say messy hot topics? Because that is exactly how the divorce between Miami coach Eric Spoelstra and his ex-wife are looking. So did you ladies hear about this?
I'm kind of shocked. I was all up in UD. He was retired. They were retiring his jersey number 40. So I missed this.
All right, well, let's get into it. He just signed a $120 million contract to secure another 8 years with the team. The 53-year-old has coached the Miami Heat since 2008, and they have had so much success. So it's no surprise that he is now becoming the highest paid coach. But what is noteworthy is the franchise held off giving him the raise until after the divorce was final. The timing of this announcement came just weeks after his divorce was finalized from former cheerleading ex-wife, 36-year-old Nikki. The two called it quits after 7 years of marriage. The actual settlement is still publicly unknown, but many speculate that she won't be entitled to that new income. Ladies, coincidence or smart thinking? What do you think of this?
Cheers to your lawyers, man.
Wait. What if he went and asked for a raise due to the divorce? That's a possibility, right? Maybe if he was due for one, hadn't asked for one, and now he's needing the money after the divorce. But if it was planned due to the divorce, well played, right? Well, Stitches?
I'm with you on that. Hey, you know how you really don't know, but it's like, hey, I'm almost sure, I can't speak for her because I don't know. Like they said, it hasn't been publicly put out, but I'm sure they worked something out. I'm sad divorce though. I didn't know that. That's sad.
Listen, what do you think? I think Homeboy played this well. I'm gonna say it just looks all too buttoned up with a nice little bow on top and like perfectly planned out. To me, like I love, the positive thinking, but like looks a little too perfectly planned to me.
I'm with you.
All right, ladies. Well, have you ever been shopping and had to self-checkout? I don't mean at the grocery store. I'm talking about actual clothing stores such as H&M, Zara, and more. So it looks like the self-checkout machines are taking the place of the cashiers, and the number of cashiers needed are expected to decline by 10% within the next decade, due in part to the self-checkout option, which is a brilliant business model, by the way, whomever invented it. Hopefully, this is convenient for some customers. Many are complaining that the self-checkout option is essentially free labor. And one TikTok user went viral after sharing his experience at Miami Zara's location. In the video, you can see him being prompted to remove the clothes from the hangers, take off the alarms, and all the tasks that the cashier would normally do. And he was not happy about it, to say the least. So how about you ladies? How do you feel about the self-checkout?
I'll go if that's all right. I'm more of a conversational person, so I'd like when I have someone there to help me. And I don't know, I'd rather someone. I understand when we have a certain amount of checkout where you're in and you're out and you just got to check in, check out. But I would rather to deal with an individual, because sometimes you're scanning and it doesn't work, and then you still got to call a human being to help you out.
I feel like those things never work anyway. Every time I go to use it, I always have I need someone to come over.
And I think we should have both. I think we should have the self-checkout and have the cashier, because personally, I'm a little crazy when it comes to how they fold my clothes. And I'm that OCD person, and I'm like, can I just check out myself? So I'll just go over and, I prefer to go over and fold my clothes really nicely in perfect order. But like you say, you know, sometimes something goes wrong. And so we do still need an actual person or cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do want to say that there are some cashiers that are really quick and there's some that are super slow. So I've been
That's
in
my
lines.
take on it, Wendy. Like I am in a get in and get out. Honestly, I don't even really do that much in-person shopping. Like everything is practically online for me. So my take is similar to yours, Wendy, where I'm like, I need someone quick in and out. But if you're slow, I'm just going to leave the line. Like I'm just going to leave the store. It'll be all sitting there. Goodbye.
I like that.
There's some days where I can deal. There's some days I can't. I'm in and out. But usually exactly what you said, sometimes it just doesn't work and you still have to call an actual person.
I think that situation takes longer than, you know, the option that we're all used to. But in a perfect world, you could check in, check out 10 times faster than the cashier would do it anyway. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, for our hot topics for today. But don't move, Connect Fam, because we have questions. May I ask this? Have you ever wondered about the journey into entrepreneurship? Are you an entrepreneur seeking to elevate, or maybe you want to bring up your business and increase revenue? Well, our next guest is going to help you do exactly that. And she's going to sprinkle in some amazing tips. You're not going to want to miss out on this.
Hey, beautiful people. It's Major, Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Gleam Beauty knows you crave clarity and real ingredients. So when it comes to clean beauty, the choice is clear and powered with a base of pure aloe vera. Introducing Gleam Beauty's multi-purpose one and done day moisturizer SPF 30 and primer, plus our soft immersion night moisturizer. Try Gleam Beauty's simple skincare routine. We're changing lives, one face at a time.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It is sad. And one of the number one reasons is because of the lack of capital. Hi winners, my name is Terry Kauser and I'm a credit expert and I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and investors leverage their personal and business credit to get $100,000 and more in funding super fast. I can't wait to share with you on The Connection.
What's up? It's your girl Tisha Campbell. You will see me soon on the J Team with Miss JoJo Siwa playing a villain. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back to the Connect Network TV on the CW. So, as usual, we are talking about making bank for you and your business. And joining us right now is entrepreneur, coach, podcaster, author, and manifestation queen, Michaela Jai. She is here to help us step into our rich girl era. Welcome to the show, Michaela.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to sprinkle in some manifestation magic today.
Hi, Michaela.
That sounds amazing. Well, congratulations on the success of your podcast and coaching agency. So let's start from the beginning. How did you go from being college dropout to owning a 7-figure brand? And what prompted your transition into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, absolutely. And like, what a journey, you know. I actually started my business while I was in college. I was on track to double major in fashion communication and French language. I had this whole plan that I was going to get a PhD in fashion social media, move to Paris, do the whole thing. So I actually studied abroad in France, which is where I had a huge spiritual awakening. And when I came back home, I brought back everything I had learned learned just from changing my own mindset and really starting to tap into my intuition and spent so much time fostering that part of my life that I got to this point where I just felt like I have to teach other women what I have learned because it had changed my life so much. It almost felt like selfish to keep it to myself. So I then launched my podcast and put together my first coaching program where I taught every single ritual, journal prompt, meditation that I had used to change my journey, put it in one program and put it on the internet, not really realizing I was launching a business, but then launched the business. And it grew very quickly, very fast. And then I ended up dropping out of college to run that full time, which has just been absolutely amazing.
I love it. What advice can you give those thinking of starting their own podcast?
Oh, I think that it's important to be yourself. I think when we get on a podcast, when we get on a platform, we think that we either need to be super professional or you need to be really put together or you need to write a full script. It's just like when you're starting your podcast, don't be afraid to just speak your mind and be yourself. The right community is always going to find you. And that's how you attract the coolest communities. And so I think it's really important, one, for women to not be afraid to be yourself when you're podcasting, but two, when no one's listening at the beginning, like don't let that stop you. When I started my podcast, I would get like 30 downloads a month, like that, like 5 downloads an episode basically. And I remember texting all of my friends, telling them like, new episode out, listen if you can. And they would leave me on red, which is okay. It wasn't for them, and I was just so set on continuing to push through and push this message out. So don't be afraid to be yourself and don't be afraid to keep going when the numbers aren't there yet.
Yes, it's all about the consistency. I love this so much. And I want to switch gears for a moment and talk about your coaching. So can you share with us what products and services do you offer at your agency?
Yeah, absolutely. So I offer a big variety of different mentorship packages. I do one-on-one mentorship with women who maybe are a little bit more private, but want to work on some really heavy mindset pieces, relationship advice, stuff like that. I also offer group coaching programs. And that's one of my favorite things to do, because if you don't have spiritual women around you, you can come into one of my group programs and meet some of your best friends who you can then text every single day in our group chat. I also host international retreats if you want to meet these women in real life, things like my podcasting event, which are super cool. And everything I offer is such a variety. If you're a newbie into the spiritual world, like I've got you, I'll hold your hand. If you feel confident and positive, but you want to learn manifesting, I got you. If you have success and you feel like you're hitting like that glass ceiling, I can take you to that next level. So it's really just this full showcase of where your spirituality can take you and where mindset can really up-level your life.
Nice. Amen. I want to ask you this. Let's talk about your amazing team, because that is, you can say, if you would agree, one of the most essential parts of entrepreneurship and how that can grow. So can you share a little bit more about your team and how you've been able to grow with them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had one assistant for a very long time who I feel like was one of the pillars to really grow my brand, but also my business. Because when I didn't want to do certain things that I knew would grow the business, he got to do that. And he was even better at doing those things than I were. And I think when we're thinking about scaling our business, it's what are you not very good at and what do you not want to do, and hire somebody who is so much better at that. And so I just think it's so important when you can find people around you who are smarter than you to do the things that you don't want to do.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you promote luxury and travel in your company. And I want to ask you, why is travel so important to you?
Oh, travel is what started my spiritual awakening. So I feel like that's always going to be something at the heart for me. But why that is because when we're traveling, you're out of your comfort zone. You're in a new environment. You are more aware of the directions you're going, what restaurant you're eating at. And I think when we are in our day-to-day lives, it's so easy to be the same version of yourself and do the same routine. But when you're traveling, you can be somebody completely different. And that's what really transformed me and started my spiritual awakening. I remember growing up, I was always very negative and in this victimhood mindset. And so when I went my study abroad trip, I told myself, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to gossip. I'm just going to be friendly and light up every room I walk into. And that's exactly what ended up happening, because I went somewhere where nobody knew me. And it's always easier to do that away, but you're probably thinking like, well, what do I do when I'm at home? You can take yourself out on a solo date and be that woman who lights up every room she walks into. You can be extra friendly to your barista and take that home with you. I feel like travel is such a great way to facilitate that, but really it teaches you to be really present and be this next level version of you want to be.
Michaela, before you go, can you give us 3 ways that we can start to shift our mind into the money mindset right now?
Oh, absolutely. I think when you shift your mindset around money, you start to manifest money so much faster. So the first thing I always tell women is, how do you think money is coming to you? Do you only see it coming in as a paycheck? Do you only see it as coming in through maybe your partner who provides? You can actually open yourself up to money coming in so many other ways, and it's going to start to find you. Every time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up, because that's more abundance. You could have checks coming in the mail. So really checking and saying, where am I setting limitations on money right now of it coming in one way? Because we can't even fathom how many ways that money can actually find us. I think that's so important. Number 2, are you being the clingy girlfriend? I like calling it the clingy girlfriend because I think of money as a relationship. Money wants to be desired. It wants to have fun. It wants to go on trips and buy pretty things. And it wants to take your girlfriends out to brunch. If you're being that clingy girlfriend of like, oh, I need, that repels the vibration of money away. So are you being the clingy girlfriend? And if you feel like you are right now, spend more time getting inspired. Maybe you can't go out right now and buy all of those fun things, but you can get on Pinterest, but you can get inspired on TikTok. You can save different boards for visualization, get into that energy. And then the last thing I would say is just remembering that money is that feminine energy. And so if you can feel more feminine, you feel more in your flow, you're going to start to attract that flow of money right back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Michaela. And coming up next, Connect Fam, don't you move, because the also lovely Miss London Knighton is going to be joining us for some entertainment news. You know she got all the tea, and she's probably going to bring her teacup with her too. So grab yours or your cup of water, whatever you drink in the morning. We'll be back. Don't.
I'm AJ Aquia Johnson, and I help people rock their better. I help people connect with their happy. And you're watching Connect Network TV.
Hi, I'm Dondre Whitfield, and go check out my book, Male vs. Man. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Have you ever thought about running your own TV commercial on your local television networks? It's what the big companies do. And yes, of course, they are also on social media like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But you better believe they are not leaving out the power of television. And you can too. If you are interested in broadcasting your brand and business on your local ABC, CBS, NBC stations every single day, then we've got you covered. Visit our website at theconnectonline.com to learn how we can not only produce and prepare your 30-second television commercial, but as a media agency, we will also have you broadcasting throughout the day on your favorite programs and local newscasts. We'll see you soon at theconnectonline.com. Click Services and scroll down to TV commercials.
Hi, I'm Jess DeFeo, and I am a social media coach for women entrepreneurs who know they are on a mission to change the world with their business, but are struggling with how to market themselves authentically to their ideal client on social media. I can help you go from overwhelmed and confused on what to post to creating effective and impactful content that converts your followers into customers. Head to my website to grab your free course, Instagram 101 for Business, and learn the strategies I use to grow my business in just 6 months.
Happy Saturday, beauties. I'm Amanda Waters, pulling up today with 2 tips to step up your social media game for business in 2024. Creating a solid content plan. If you want to stand out on social media this year, you need a strategic approach. A content plan is like a roadmap for your social media journey. It helps you stay organized and consistent with your posts. Your goals will guide your strategy content. Now let's move on to our second tip, creating live weekly content. And it's a fantastic way to engage with your audience in real time. Live streams allow you to connect with your audience in real time, answering their questions and addressing their concerns immediately. It humanizes your brand and it builds trust. If you found this information helpful, find me on social media at the Amanda Waters. See you soon.
Are ready to keep your hair, scalp, skin, and lips hydrated this season, our vegan and gluten-free all-purpose moisturizers are just for you. Carefully formulated with fine ingredients to purify and nourish the skin and scalp at the same time without harsh chemicals. Shop It's Made For Me today. The end result will be strong, healthy hair and smoother, softer, clearer skin.
Entertainer, creator, London the Bridge Knighton, and I have new music out. Yes. Go now to wherever you stream and listen to your music and search London Knighton, LUNDONKNIGHTEN. You'll love my new take on classic gems. The closer I get to you, as well as get into the sexy holiday spirit with my version of All I Want for Christmas. Your girl just booked the movie too, so catch me Saturdays giving hot juicy tea on the Connect Network TV on the CW.
Welcome back, Connect fam. So we had an amazing show today. We hope that you enjoyed, but it's not over yet. Wait a minute. We had to bring in our girl, Miss London Knighton, who's going to give us all the exclusive, all the teas. London, what's going on, girl? Tell us, tap in.
Hello, ladies. Tap, tap, tappity, tap. I missed you, beautiful ladies. Oh my gosh, I'm taking pictures in my photographic memory of you. Right to it. Model behavior. I wanted to see what you guys think of this. So recently, supermodel Beverly Johnson revealed to the entire world that back in the 70s, right, when she was in the heyday of her supermodel career, her diet, who wants to guess what her diet for the week was?
Water?
And almonds.
And close. Her weekly diet consisted of cocaine, maybe for breakfast, who knows, Lord, 2 boiled eggs, and a bowl of brown rice.
Did I hear you say cocaine or did I
said cocaine. And you know what? She stated that back in those days in the 70s, there was no kind of stereotype about cocaine, and they were actually kind of misinformed. Doctors actually used to prescribe cocaine in hospitals back in the day. So in the 70s, in her modeling career, they didn't think it was an addictive drug, and it was not frowned upon in society because they didn't know the effects that it actually has. Okay, so I pray that none of you ladies out there are on this diet because it is unhealthy. Hashtag model behavior.
And we are not promoting it here on the Connect.
No, we're not. We're just reporting. And she's a supermodel, and she's actually, she's opening up so that people will not follow this. She's saying now we know the effects and the harm that drugs cause. You know, it's common sense, but you know,
Who would have thought?
Moving on, unfortunately, to some sadder news. Have you guys ever seen the show Pawn Stars?
Actually,
I love that show. Unfortunately, Rick Harrison, the star of the show, the father, the show chronicles the day ins and outs of Rick Harrison and his family as they take hold of the family business, which happens to be a pawn shop. And that's why they get the name Pawn Stars. Well, his son Adam has unfortunately died due to an overdose on fentanyl. That just goes to show, we just talked about the effects that drugs have on you. You know, I didn't even think of that segue, but it's so sad to report. And Rick did explain that his son he confirmed his son's overdose was due to drugs. And he stated that, you know, he wants to see more done to stop drugs getting through the border lines. Basically, he said the border is basically the root of it. I think there's more to the situation, like a balance between, you know, mental health, mental wellness, knowing, you know, drugs are bad in multiple ways, and, you know, dealing with situations in a positive way versus resorting to drugs, or, you know. So we have this example as, unfortunately, a sad loss in the world of television. And we just give our love and condolences to everyone who's ever lost someone to drugs or anything.
Awesome. Thank you so much, London, for sharing with us. And of course,
sorry I had to bring us down.
Well, thank you. But it's a good reminder. Check up on someone, see how they're doing. And you just never know. That checkup might just help somebody out or save their life. You never know.
You never know.
Thank you so much, London. It's always a pleasure. How can people connect and find you?
Connect with me on the Connect Network TV, of course, baby. And as well as on social media at London Knighton, LUNDON KNIGHTN. And that's my name for my website as well. Check my music out, movies, you name it. Let's go. We always got.
She does it all. And of course, all of our guests, we thank them so much for coming out. Make sure you connect with them and to our Connect fam. And to Miss Wendy, to Sandy Glant, we love and appreciate you. That's all the time we have with you today. Connect fam until next Saturday. Remember to keep up with past episodes on our website. Head over right now, connectnetworktv.com. That's connectnetworktv.com. Join us next week for another amazing episode of The Connect Show. Tell someone you love them while they can hear and receive it. Love you for free.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.